Hi, it's a great day today in the November 24, 1 month to Christmas, year 2020. And I'm very much indoors as the pandemic, the virus is going on. And I have many issues in my body because of I get that damage when I was in United States and homeless and couldn't eat normally. I had no control over what I eat, and it was much greasy things, and my body couldn't take it. And then also the stress I had in me that damaged my body. So I have many issues. But God have make it so that I can be at home now. I don't need to travel because we can't travel just now. And it can take a long time before we can start to travel again. So I was talking yesterday about this with the terror things that God created this for me. It's for there is other things for other people, but for me, did he stop me to be outside and instead to focus on telling my story. And I know it's because I knew it before this virus started that it was ended my traveling under God, to work under God with the traveling. Of course I'm going to travel, but not in that same way. And it's so incredible. It's so special God have done for me that I moved in this new home. In the middle of February, I could start to move in 2020, and we didn't know about the virus. And I come to this home. I needed desperately a new home, and because it was so evil where I lived, and then the devil have damaged the house so very much, so they have to rebuild the house. So there is when I was in the summer, I was down to my old home, and there is. They are building around the house, and it's dark inside the homes there, and I couldn't take that in this virus time to have that darkness in my home, and then I couldn't go out because I can't go in the stairs because of the devil's trying to kill me for 1 year ago. And so in middle of February, I was here in I think it was in January, December, somewhere there, 2019. And when I come into this home, I felt it was so warm. It was so warm in this home. And I was hoping that I could get this apartment to rent. But those other home I have looking for to rent apartment. But every home I was in the line queue. I was about 30 place to get that apartment, and I was to 2 homes where I was in those 20s that could get it, and they were so bad, those homes. But I should have taken it if I could take it, because I was very desperate to go away from that evil house I lived in. And then suddenly I was number 1. It was only one. I was number 1. And then I was here in December, January, somewhere, because I remember it was very cold, freezing outside. And when I come into this home and look around, and it was still people living here. So, and then it was about 20 people that was coming in 3 days, looking around and for the new home. And I was thinking that I can never be number 1. I was in first place the whole time. I was so scared when I look on the internet on this it's the city that rent out the houses and the apartments, and I was scared every time I was looking at this apartment if someone else have coming before me. But it was standing there, the number 1 the whole time. I was thinking that is so nice home, so someone else will get it. And it was about 60, 70 people wanted to have this apartment. But I was 1. And I come and look around, and it was no doubt that I wanted to have this apartment because it felt like so welcoming. And so I got it. And then I come here, and when it was empty, the apartment, because I wanted to see, because when you look around in first time, you don't see everything. So I was thinking I must, as soon as I got the key to the apartment, I must go and look around and look around in the area also what I have rent. And when I come into this empty home, I heard in the air, and they say this will be a gathering place. And I didn't know what it was. I knew it was true, that something from heaven in the air have told me this is going to be a gathering place. And now I know it, because every time almost every time I'm recording my podcast, they're coming through spirits from heaven. And also we have find out that also it's can come from hell also. And it's like I open up the portal to heaven and also to hell when I'm recording this podcast. But most of the time it have only been one maybe 2 times that my son's father is coming through and is angry at me talking about him. And but most of the time I see people that is from heaven, and that's what was said from the beginning, that this should be a gathering place. It's a gathering place that I saw it yesterday evening. It was things I saw in the air was flying around, and in this time of year there is no flying insects in our home. They have died, or they have going into places to sleep or for the winter time. And so, but it was something was here, and I could see the shifting in the air. And I say hi to this spirit that was here, and I felt it in my body that I got contact, but he or she doesn't say anything. It was only here, so it's a gathering place for the spirits, and very early I understood that this is the place where heaven will come to, where they gathering all the angels before Messiah will come. I know it's going to be that way because no one have this experience like me, and so I know it's something going to happen, and it must be something. When I must cough a little. And drink a little water. When so much have happened, and those things I have talking about is not of an accident, because it's too much for it to be it. And there is people that I had one that I knew in the past that disappeared, and they find him later on after some month, and he have taken his car and only drove away, and they find him some couple of months. It was in the summer. He only wanted to be alone. And in that area where I lived, where my daughter grew up in, and her father is still living there it's a very evil area. And many have make a suicide. But at least this man only disappeared. And so it can happen. and that if it have not been going on things in my when I was homeless in United States, if it have not been in heavenly things, miracle and things, then it should have only been that I wanted to go away from everything, but that wasn't in my case. So it can happen, but as he did, he only took his car and drive away in Sweden. He didn't left his country. He didn't go far away like that. It's different what I have done. And I look up what this man that come through yesterday that was in this building in New York when it's the terror attack. I didn't know what the word was, that it was significant, special for him, that I wanted to tell you for someone that had knew him, that they understand it was he, because I believe that they are coming through because someone in their family, friends, relatives, children, they are going to listen at this podcast and know these people that I'm talking about. So I want to describe him better with the words I find. He have big sideburns. I think it's an American word for it, or it can be side whiskers. It's English, I think. So you know that he was proud of it. He was a military and he wanted to. Now I get contact with him. He said that he is saying now to me that he wanted to be of the old military. You know, it was when it was North and South war in America, in the United States. It was this war, and those commander, they have very often this sideburns to like saying that they had this command and they have the control over many people. It's what they were proud of it. And this man that come through, he was very proud of his. So he was some kind of military in the past, and he was there in the tower, Twin Tower, and he tried to help people, and he never come out alive. He died there also in the Twin Towers. So we will see that it's going to be more that they coming through people, and this is for everyone to listen. So it will be sometimes personal, more personal, but when they coming through, they talking not only personal, they're talking about for everyone to listen. They're coming with warning, and that's not only for one person, for all people. And I come to get knowledge from them also, because I don't know these things. I know there is many people that doesn't believe that this is true, and what I'm telling is not true, and these things, but it's on them. I only can tell my testimony, my story, and then it's up to you to believe or not. I do my work for God, and you, if you want to be in a relationship with God, I don't say that you have to believe, but you should have an open mind about it. And if you have an open mind, an open door to this, it will come to you, the truth. It will growing inside you, and it's coming through. And it's many times in the past. Now I'm so used with it, but in the past I heard and saw things from the spirit world, but I didn't understood it. But after a while, it's like the brain have to solve the puzzle that it will be, because the brain doesn't understand it, because it have not been seeing this and hearing these things. So it have to cut and put it together, and then suddenly one day it's coming through, and you understand what was telling to you. So that's what I hope for. But my work is only to tell you my story. And as I am going to continue a little, there is a time to tell a little more about this experience of September 11. That's why this man is still here today, because they know already what's going to happen, what I'm going to talk about. They know it already, because they can go in the future. They can see what's have happened before it happened. So he knows already. He's standing here. Here I see him now in a dark blue. Now he's changed it to this north and south. I don't know about this civilian war in America, but he's showing me he was this one. I don't know if it's a special for them, but he have a dark blue coat and pants, long pants, with stripes, red, and I think it's little yellow stripes on the side, and then he's have a dark blue hat on, and he do this sign of what they do in the military. He hold his finger on the side of his forehead, like he wanted to show me, and he have this big sideburns when he's standing there. He's very straight up. He's very proud of what's going on. I don't know. I don't know anything about this with the wars. I don't know if he belonged to the south or the north. I have to check it up on the internet what who he was, if he was south or north. I think he was north, but I am not sure. But it was this when I still was with this woman, live with her, and I went out because I needed to see if I could get some help to find a new place. So I was walking on the streets, and I saw these cars. It was trucks and cars driving around on the streets, and they have many flags, American flags, and waving in the wind and screaming, "Everyone that is not American, out from United States." They were screaming, and it was very scary. And I was to stores where people from India or Pakistan, they have small stores, and they were so frightened. They told me that they have to close their stores because they were too worried that they are going to be killed, because people were so angry about the terror attack. And I didn't understood how could they be angry about Indian people. They knew that first they were thinking that it was from, I think it was Afghanistan. They thought it was, but it was Arabic people from the start. So why India people from India? Why do you think it was they that do the terror attack? And but then I come to understand, because I got to work later on, and I was working in September 11, 2002. I have already told you that I met Richard on the bus stop, and I was working there at the mall, to J.C. Penney and store, and picking up, open up boxes that arrived, and then hang out clothes in the store. And I was working there in September 11, 2002. And the black people was not angry at me. They more understood that I was not involved in the terrorist attack. They took it not like that. But those white people, they told my supervisor that they didn't want to work with me. They didn't work at all in that area where I was working because of the September 11. And I said to them, I'm from Sweden, and we don't have any war in 200 years, and we are not terrorists people. We are instead, we are together with the United States. I am an old military in Sweden, and I can go into the army in the United States. I can join United States Army because we are friends. We are not enemies to United States. I told them, but they didn't understand. They were really angry that I was working there. So I understood this, what happened with those people in the stores that was from, that doesn't look like white people, or what American think is American. You know, it's a mix of people. American people is not American people. They are coming from another country, all of them, if they are not native Indians. But they are from other countries. But it's like an American, not educated American, think that American people was popping up in their country, like they have no clue, they have no knowledge about another country. So I come to understand that they had fear for everyone that doesn't look like what they think the picture of an American person should look like. It's not that they were not against black people, but this unknown, that is a little confusing for them people. They took it like enemies, all enemies. So everything of these bad things that happened to me is also good things in it, because that make me understand that it's very, very important for me to could speak real good American languages. So when it's different when I'm here in Sweden now, because it have been more mixed now of Swedish languages and American languages. But when I live in America, they couldn't. When I was speaking, they didn't know that I come from abroad. They thought sometimes they ask me from what state I was from, and I had this Texan accent because I have been married to a man in Texas, and I had lived in Texas, so I suppose I had this accent like Texan, and now I was in Virginia, and it's total different accent, and and then one day when I was walking outside, I find a flag laying on the side of the road, and I pick it up, and it was only like it have flying out because it was not a pole in it. It was only the flag laying on the sideway of the street. So I picked it up and washed it, and then I took it home to Sweden. So I have it, I see it, now I can see it. I have not placed it somewhere because my home is very open. I live on the ground, so people walking around here, they can look into my home, and I don't want to trigger that. I don't want because this area is very much Muslims area, and they think they own this area. So if they see that flag is not good, so I don't do that, and it's not the Swedish flag either. So it's only a memory that stays as a memory in my memory box, where I have my Jewish things also. Is very dumb to make people angry in that way. They even are going angry when I place the Swedish flag in the window, but I do it because we live in Sweden, but not too much of things that can place anger in them, so they coming here and do bad things to me. And I have maybe told you that I have had young Arabic Muslim boys here trying to threaten me and throwing small rocks on my window, and so I have to place a picture of Fatima hands in the Mesa. It's called. It's like a hand, and then it's an eye in the hand, and it's not only Arabic symbol, but it's also a Jewish symbol. That Fatima, her eyes is holding control over the home, and she is the protector of the home. So I did it. Was not talking to myself. It was talking to them, that Muslims people, so they do respect me more now. They be confused when I placed it on my windows, that I knew these things. But that's, of course, that was God that was telling me. When I get this problem, and I was wondering if it should be such evil as I had in my past home, if this evil is going to be in my new home. And when I was thinking about that and asked God, what should I do? Then I heard in the air, Fatima. I heard it only that, Fatima. And I have asked for protection. So I looked, because I had seen when I have walking around to look into home to rent apartment, I have been in Muslims' home, and I have seen that they have some symbolic pictures on the walls and outside there in the garden. So I'm wondering, they place those things to protect their homes. So I was thinking that must be something I can place up that tell them to not touch my home. And then when I heard Fatima, I knew that name Fatima because I have been to Portugal, and there is the Fatim well is where those children in Portugal have seen. They have seen. They have met like, I don't remember now if it was Mary or Jesus. Some spirit have showing up for them, and it's Fatima well. I suppose they were going to get some water for their home when she show up, or he show up for them, and it's called Fatima well. And I was thinking I should go there to see how it look like. It's like a little city is built up around that site that was at the well, and the well is just in the center of this small city in Portugal. But I never come to go there. It was other things that happened for me in Portugal. So I knew that name, but that was not that kind of Fatima, but it was the same name. And that's Fatima well in Portugal. It's this, that they say that sometimes Saint Mary, she the tears is coming out from her eyes, and people go into that well and for to be healed. That's where I knew it from, but it was something I heard in the air, Fatima. So I remember that, so I could check it up what it was. And on Google I took Fatima, and then protection and Islam, and then I got it. I have been looking for some protection, but I couldn't find it first. But then I got it from there. So that's protection, and they don't do anything to me now. And then the more protection come because of the coronavirus, make it also that they don't want to go in this home. So that's good. There is much protection just now. And then it's also that I should recording. That's why I'm recording almost every day, because I am lonely, and to recording this, I know it's someone is coming now that want to talk, but this recording is like you sitting here with me in my home, and I talk to you. So that's break my loneliness. Yeah, I have no one is coming here, but you are coming here, and the spirits is coming here. I have a big family and friends from heaven that's coming here, and now it's a woman that's coming. She's not bowed down. She's like a little like proud person, and I think it's Jesus' mother, because I was talking. So that's it. It was two spirits here. It was this man with a sideburns, But now it's a woman that's coming, and she's very active in her body, and she have this, like, they wear clothes like if you peel off the egg on the side only, then they have like covering around them, and you can only see into the egg, but the shell is still there around them. So that's kind of clothes she have. It's protection clothes. I see it's like a light brown, like beige, covering clothes, like they have in Jesus' time. And she's holding her hands like we have seen in statues. She's holding her hands together. It's a holy greeting. And she says she's greeting the whole world. She's saying, and I come to you with the truth, she's saying. It's not what you're expecting. What you see on me, it's what the world is clothed in. We have a covering of the world, like you see me have this. We are almost covering the whole world. We still have an opening that is not been covering off, but we are soon there. It's so many expect evil to have the victory, but it's our way to clean it up, we use it's not the right word, but it's okay, she say, because you explain it. We use the evil things for our purpose. I don't know why she say propose. There's things that I need to meditation on later on. It's they don't use the evil things, but the evil use themselves. She's saying we don't stop them because the evil is going to kill themselves, and that's why we let it be. So this covering that is still not done. In the end, it's going to be the full covering of the whole world, Oh, but we let them. And she said, and now it's coming a word I don't know how to say in English. It's like a wound. You know, it's a wound. You are hurt. The skin have a wound, a hole. The skin have a hole, and it's inflammation in it, and it's this. The body is fighting with the bacteria in it, and that's what it is that she's showing me. These clothes that I describe from the beginning is her way to showing that the covering is almost done, but this inflammation, it have to kill itself. It's going to heal more and more and close the wound more and more. And we have done most of the covering. But the evil is going to make the last covering. She said that it have to come more tribulation, she said. It's be more tribulation for the world to be healed. It's not like we are coming and only heal the world from heaven. It's also that evil kills the evil. So it will be healed. The world will be healed. It's gonna be a covering, but not as you expect it to be. Because we are here, but we don't do things just now. Because the evil have to kill the evil. That's what she's saying. And she's done talking to us. And that was very special she was talking about. And I have to meditate on that, what she was saying. And maybe I have to listen at this recording again to fully understand what she was saying. So I hope you listener have found out that they are coming and most of the time in the end of the recording, because I need to place like energy for them to come through. It's not only that they are coming through, it's a connection, it's a relationship, it's a work from both sides. So I take them the last inlay, the last lay that they have to force to come through here. I make it for them by telling something that have with them to do, and then they're coming. So that's why they are not coming in the middle of the recording. Once it was someone that come in the middle of the recording, but this person say that to me, and I said that from the beginning of the recording, that someone is going to come in the middle of the recording. But that's very rare. Mostly they are coming in the end of recording. So I hope people find it out that in the end of this all my recordings, there is a message from heaven, a message you need to receive for to understand heaven. It's about understanding heaven, and understanding heaven is to understand God. So thank you for listening. We'll see you next time. Maybe tomorrow, tonight, who knows. When I feel I should do it, I'm recording it. It doesn't matter, because I hope this podcast will be for many years. I am the only one to take care of the podcast. I'm the only one that pay the bills for to have this podcast going on. But I also take a copy on my websites and keep it there if something happens. But if I die, those websites is not going to be there, because I pay for the websites and no one is going to pay for them. So all my work is going to die with me, and the podcast I pay for the podcast place also to be. And I wish I had the money that I could place it, the podcast, much better to be, so it's going faster around the world, this podcast, because I know when I have covering the whole world, this planet is full of my podcast. It also will be that end of time when they are coming here. They are going to stay here in my home, and they will be in the air, so the whole world will see, because they have educated me to do those internet things, do the computer things. So they are not coming in the clouds in the sky. They are coming in the clouds that is on internet. You know, there is programs. It's called clouds, and that's what they have done for you that can see signs that those Microsoft clouds, for example, that means how they are coming. In Jesus' time, they have no internet, so Jesus couldn't not show that he's coming back on internet. But internet is air. It's not bounded of any cords. It's flying in the air. But Jesus couldn't tell people that. That's what my website's name is. URL address is John 16 and 12. When Jesus said that to his disciple, that he couldn't tell them everything, because they have not could understand Jesus, what he was saying, because Jesus knew about the future. He knew this about internet. Maybe not really specific internet, but he know that one day message is going to fly in the wind, like the birds is going with a paper to another place. But now it's no birds, it's nothing. It's only going through the air, the message. That Jesus knew that, but he couldn't tell the disciple. They should only think he was crazy and scratch their head, and they didn't know about the airplane. How could they know about the internet? So thank you for listen. God loves you, and I love you too also. And welcome back to next episode and listen also. Thank you. Thank you for listening.